Good afternoon. Welcome back. It's Amanda. Something a little different for me than I usually do, but kind of wanted to share with you guys something that I do to make my kitchen um, have like an old farmhouse look, I suppose, or an old time look. If you've ever seen in my videos, you will see these jars here that I have that have the half-gallon mason jars. Now, if I wanted to, I could just simply put my jars up here, and you'll see like this one. This one's got dehydrated carrots in it. It looks fine and everything, but I decided I wanted to make it look a little more, I don't know, just a little prettier. I decided to figure out how to do that, and the way I did it was to get some cloth and make what they call these little cappers. Now, in the old times, they used to actually use these to cover the jars because they didn't have lids. Well, this has a lid on it. This is honey. It has a lid on it, but I wanted to kind of like beautify it, so I just cut out one of these and made it. Let me show you how the simplest way to do it. Now, guys, this is cheap. It's extremely cheap, especially if you go to places like the Salvation Army, Goodwill, any kind of thrift stores, and look for old fabric remnants. You can make your jars look however you want to. Maybe you want to do this, maybe you don't. I just want to show you how I'm doing it. Now, I've got this jar right here. Well, actually, I've got this one I need to do, but I'm working on this one. This is a cinnamon jar. It's real cute. I like it, but I want to have something a little prettier out of it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take, this is an old, I picked this up at Hobby Lobby, a yard of it, and a yard goes a long, long way. Actually, I did all these jars and several more I had cut out off of this one piece, because if you look at it, you can tell the pieces that I have cut out and remnants, and I'm trying to use every little inch of the fabric. But what I'm doing here is I'm going to make a little pretty jar cover for this right here, and this is what you're going to need. Now, for these half-gallon mason jars that you see right here, you're going to use a regular size saucer, just a regular size saucer. You're going to put it on your fabric, and you are going to circle it, and then you're going to cut it out, which I'll show you in just a minute after I do this. If you look here, you can see places where I cut it out. Now, you're not going to be able to see that because I'm actually going to cut out a little bit inward so you don't see it. And then you take it and you put it on the jar. What you put it on the jar with, like if you could tell here, I use the bands. Oh my goodness, you can see I was baking today. So you can see this right here. I have the bands holding it on. If you don't want the bands, you just want the decoration, if you can get these teeny tiny little elastic hair pieces that you get in the hairstyle area, that's what I've actually got holding this right here on this particular jar right here. You can't see it, and they stretch beautifully. Those are what I use, and they're cheap, and they come with so many. I'm not sure if you can see them. Let me put them right here. Now you can see them a little better. Yeah, they're just little ponytail holders, elastic ones. So like I said, this is cheap, and you can decorate your jars. So let me go ahead and draw a circle around this and get it cut up and show you how I assemble it. Alright, so all I'm doing is I'm taking my saucer plate, I'm placing it on top of the fabric that you see here. All I'm going to do is get my marker and draw around it. Doesn't have to be perfect. We're not looking for perfection, just kind of an outline so we know where to cut it at. And as you can see here, I'm trying to use as much of this particular cloth as I can. So yeah, so here we go. As you can see, we have a little circle on it now. I'm going to take my scissors and cut this out. And it does not have to be perfect, and these scissors are really not good. But I do try to cut below the line so you don't actually see the black part of it, which, you know, you don't want that part on there. So let me go ahead and get this cut out, and it would help if I had some better crafting scissors, but I don't. So let me see. Let me go ahead and get this cut off. All right, guys, I have my circle cut out that you can see right here. And all I'm going to do, if I wanted to, I could take the top off of this. Like I said, place it over here, put this on top right here, and screw it on, and it'd have a pretty little decor. You know, it would look cute like that. You can do it that way if you want to. But if you've got something that really needs to be sealed and you don't want that gap, which really is not a really good thing, it's better if you just go ahead and put the top on it tight, lay your circle on top, get one of these stretchies, and I'm going to stretch it. We're going to pray it don't pop on me, because the last one popped. I need to iron that out because that's kind of not good. Flip it on the other side. I did have a little bit of the black showing. That's fine. Don't waste that piece of cloth. Just turn it over. Get your stretchy. Let me just make sure I get this over here good. Make it get stretchy. Oh, excuse me. I'm trying to get this leveled out right. Take it, put it over the jar. I'll start on this side, put over here. And there you go. Kind of pull it down to how you want it. You've got to be, that's the one thing about these little stretchers. You got to be careful because they are so thin. There we go. And kind of get it to where the jar would actually line up. Of course, when I'm doing this on camera, it's not going to turn out right. Let me go ahead and try this again just to make sure I can show you it does work. All right, guys, there it is. I actually got it on. My other one popped on me because I was messing around with it too much. But if you mess around with it, you can see it makes what I call a perfect little mop cap. Kind of reminds me of the mop caps I used to wear back in colonial days. Yeah. So yeah, like I said, you can either do it with the top on it or off, or you can use these little scrunchies. You could get decorative, what do you call it? Twine would be pretty. You know, use your imagination. I'm just using what I got around here right now. But it's definitely a way to decorate your jars. If you get sick of looking at old mason jars like I do, yeah, especially if they're on display, which I try to do here. But the truth be told, when they're like this, right here, let me show you when they look like this right here. When I leave these out the way I do and they have this on it, they get very dusty on top, especially when I start cooking with flour and stuff. So yeah, take them off, put them in the not washing machine, your sink, wash them a little while, and just scrub them out. They'll be fine. That's no big deal. But anyway, these make for definitely beautiful little jar covers. I love them. I do. I don't know. It just kind of gives it more of a homey feeling. Anyway, like I said, don't throw away your scraps. Keep them. Start thinking Great Depression era. Start thinking how to use what you've got, how to make the most of it. And since we are living in this crazy world we're living in, guys, we don't have to think about it all the time. Let's try to find ways to bring peace to our house, because it may not be peaceful out there, but we can do as much as we can in our own homes. Anyway, you guys have an awesome day. Thank you so much for stopping by. God bless.